Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Monday morning worship. I'm holding something here, and I'm wondering if any of you know what it is. Probably looks very different to what you might have, because this is something that's special and has been made just for my family. But you might have something similar in your own house. What is it? That's right, it's an advent calendar. You can see it has a little pouch for all the days in December leading up to Christmas. But it's not December today, so why might I be talking to you about Advent? Well, did you know that Advent doesn't actually begin on the 1st of December? Advent begins 4 Sundays before Christmas Day, so really, Advent actually started yesterday. Now, that doesn't mean that you can start opening the chocolates in your advent calendar early, but it does mean that we can start preparing. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that my prayer table looks different this week to how it's looked in other assemblies that I've done for you. Next to me, I have an Advent wreath. This will be here for the whole of Advent. As you can see, there are 4 candles, one to represent each of the 4 weeks of Advent. And as the weeks go on, we'll light one more candle in turn. This week we're in the first week of Advent, so we're just going to light the first candle. As I read, I'd like you to respond with the response that is on your screen. We wait for you, Jesus. Come, Lord Jesus, come. So what's so special about this week in Advent, the week of hope? Well, I'm sure you'll agree, this year has been a really trying year. There have been lots and lots of things sent to challenge us, and it can be really hard to feel hopeful. Hope is when we try to think about how things can be better. What's going to change to make our world a more loving, more compassionate, more Christian place? I want to begin by sharing with you some hopeful stories of this year from children just like you. Although there's been lockdown and there's been periods of time without school or without getting to see members of your family, these children have been able to find hope in the most unlikely of places. Let's have a look and see.
Guys, I am 9 years old and I have autism and cerebral palsy.
This 9-year-old has been doing his own marathon in the streets near his home to raise money for his school and the local children's hospital. He got the idea after being inspired by Captain Tom's fundraising efforts and has raised so much money, he's even been called Captain Tobias.
Hi, I'm Mac. I've been coming outside for the end of March, so at the start of lockdown, and I'm planning to do it until lockdown is finished.
Max has even slept outside during heavy rain and thunderstorms to raise money for the North Devon Hospice, who helped to look after his neighbours Rick and Sue.
1 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing. Just wanted to say thank you to all the keep workers. Thank you to everybody who's helping.
Theo loves running and missed doing his normal Sunday park run every week, so decided to set up his own in his back garden. Every day he runs a kilometre and has so far ran further than the distance of a marathon.
I just finished my home run and it was amazing.
He's been doing it to raise money for the UNICEF Coronavirus Fund to help children all around the world. DJing has got to be one of the coolest hobbies anyone has ever taken up during lockdown. 7-year-old Emily has been getting used to using the decks after stepdad Steve taught her some of the basics.
These are the buttons if you want to change the sound.
She's already done her first show, live streaming it for friends and family, and has even done a mix for BBC radio station 6 Music.
What I like about it is it's really fun.
Amazing achievements all round.
Well, I think those children were quite incredible. What wonderful stories of hope to inspire us, make us consider how we can make the world a better place too. It's really quite astonishing to see children so young doing such wonderful things, learning new skills, and raising money for some really good causes too. I wonder, what astonishing things have you seen? Maybe it was a magic trick, or just the most beautiful, perfect sunset. Maybe a play, or you've seen a really, really skilled athlete in their sport. God opens our eyes to these wonders. Ultimately, He is the source of them all. But most of us have never witnessed something truly miraculous. In the Bible, we hear stories of the miracles that Jesus performed, walking on water, turning water to wine, and perhaps most astonishing of all, healing the sick. When Jesus walked the earth the years before he died, he performed miracles all the time. He healed the sick, gave sight to the blind, made the deaf hear.
After some time, he came down again and started preaching and teaching, visiting different towns. Wherever he went, he performed miracles and healed the ill, which made the people believe in him more and more. In one town, he even healed a man with leprosy. After that, people started seeking out Jesus. Wherever he went, large crowds would gather to meet him, to either see miracles being performed or for people to get healed themselves.
We might not get to see the miracles of Jesus being performed today, but we can see miraculous things happening as a result of faith in action. We see and hear in the news every day about the endurance of the NHS workers who are tirelessly working throughout the pandemic. Jesus reminds us of the importance of having faith even before a miracle is performed. We must believe in the power and goodness of God, and even though we might not think we can see it, actually, it only takes a walk around our very school to see those values of kindness, dignity, endurance in action every day in each and every one of you. Seeing is believing, as they say, but that's also the really hard part too, isn't it? It takes work, it takes hope. And, especially during Advent, we can work on that every day. So, I'd like to give you all a challenge this week with the theme of hope. I would like you to think about what your hopes are for the future, be that the next 3 weeks of term, or be that going into 2021, maybe even beyond school life. What could you do towards achieving that goal? It won't be a magic wand, it won't be a miracle as such, but we can work towards it through our Christian values. Do you need to work extra hard and show that endurance? Do you need to have a bit of dignity in yourself and in others, working as a team, showing respect? Kindness can go a long way too. Will the kindness of your heart help you to make a change that will have a greater good in the world? Saving water, recycling, raising money for charity. This week, I want you not just to feel hopeful, but act towards that change you want to see in the world. When you have things that hurt you, worry you, make you feel anxious, I want you to think about how our hope can give us strength to move away from those, to build on those, to learn from those things. Whenever a worry or trouble enters your mind, pray and say the words, Jesus, I trust in you.